I think I found the problem. What is up, guys? Thanks for watching another video. If you guys have not seen the previous video, I'll have it linked up in this corner where we refitted the injectors. This is the old ones that came out, and then we ran into some issues pretty quickly. That's how we landed up at this stage. So if you guys have not seen it, click the card up in this corner and go and check that video. If you have seen it, then you know exactly what's going on and where we are today. The plan for today is going to be to remove the oil pickup. I believe I'm going to remove the oil pump. I'm not sure, I'll see when I get there. And then we're going to remove the big ends and the mains to see how the bearings look. Judging from all this shavings, I think we busted a bearing. And before you guys get on my case about there's always something wrong with the car or whatever, bear in mind this is a complete stock motor except for the cam and the head bolts. The motor is completely stock pistons, stock rods, stock bottom, and the car is on 289,000 Ks. So 289,000 kilometers on, I don't know what the boost stock, 1.3 bar, then we went to 1.6, 1.8 bar, 2 bar, 2.2, 2.3, 2.5, 2.7. We're currently sitting at 2.8 bar on a stock motor, which I think is hella impressive for the mileage. So I just wanted to clear the air there with that before you guys, because I know the keyboard warriors in the comments, it's going to be, oh, you busted your motor, whatever. Yeah, I did. So we're gonna take all that stuff off and see what condition the bearings are in. But before we get to that, I'm going to clean up the shop. It's a mess. I didn't clean it last night when I finished working, so I'm going to clean it before we start today's video, just so I have a clean working space for the day. Finally found the problem. I'm not sure if I should be happy or crying or what I should do, but at least the fault finding bit is over. Now I know what to replace and we can work from there, which is good news at last. Just a quick background check or whatever you want to call it. When the injectors started giving me issues, the loan said number 3, the value was off by a lot. So when I open up the sump now, I started looking at cylinder number 3, and that's where I heard the slap. So that's the noise that we heard. When I pulled the bearings, this is what they look like. You can see they are absolutely thrashed. So new set of bearings coming in. The crank, it seems like it did take some damage, probably these shitty bearings. Well, not shitty, they lost the 290,000 Ks, but anyway, so the crank took some damage. I'm going to have to fix that. I only pulled number 3 now, I didn't pull the others, but the others didn't have any slap in them, so I believe they will be okay. This was the worst. So the injectors, the loan set that I pulled out, might even still be good, because like I said, it was number 3 that was not healthy, and now this is the result or this is the parts that came out of cylinder number 3. So you can see how that reach there, if I show you that reach, how that bearing is worn. So that's, like I said, it's not good news, but I'm happy that I finally found the problem and now we know what to do. Once again, I can't remember how much I showed you guys yesterday. New day again. I honestly need to teach myself to do a better job with the filming, because ultimately that's what you guys want to see. You want to see me go through the process. So I apologize for that. From this point on forward, I'll try my best to do a better job at filming. The oil pickup that came off, that thing is ruined. There's so many shavings that went through there, and that's only the big ones that got caught. I don't know how much you guys can see on camera. Anyways, these are the bearings. It's only one cylinder, so I suspect that's where the leaking injector was, where, you know, it was leaking, so it took all the smearing away from the oil and it thinned it out. I suspect that's what happened. I even took one of these off, that keeps the conrod in place, or the crank actually, that keeps the crank in place, and these bearings look shot as well. Although the crank looks decent where these came out, there's definitely some damage where the conrod bearings came out. So I'm going to pull the motor out. It will be my first time ever, and my first time ever experiencing it with you guys. So I'm waiting for a hoist and an engine stand to pull this stuff out. But what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to start clearing all these things up. Few lines like this, water lines, all the electronic plugs. I'm going to take the nose off. That way when I get the hoist, I can connect it to the motor, pull the motor out. We're going to loosen the engine mountings, but that's going to be when the hoist comes. So I'm going to take this intake off, going to take all this stuff off. Basically just going to remove a bunch of stuff and try not to get them messed up with one another. So when I'll put it back, it should in theory be easy, but like I say, it's my first time, so it's definitely not going to be easy. Probably going to throw you guys over on a time lapse again. I don't know, there's nothing interesting about this, so let's do this, boys. Well, that escalated rather quickly. I've basically got everything removed that needs to come off for me to pull the motor. All this wiring is just sitting on the side here. The only thing keeping it in place is this gearbox mount here, this engine mount, and then I still need to remove the 2 drive shafts or axles or whatever you want to call it. I'm waiting for a hoist to take it out. I'm getting a hoist and an engine stand tomorrow from a friend, and then the sucker is coming out. I don't know exactly what's the plan, but I think we're gonna do a full refresh. The motor has 290,000 Ks on it, so I think we'll do a full refresh top to bottom. Well, we already know the cam, the lifters is fine, so maybe just piston rings, and then own the cylinder walls and all that stuff. And then obviously do a bottom end build, or rebuild I should say. Gonna put stock parts back, so it's not really a build but a rebuild. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Once again, super tired after all this work. Next video you guys will see I will be pulling the motor out, and then we can, I guess we'll take off the head, see what the pistons look like and all that type of stuff. But yeah, that's only going to be in the next video. That's going to be it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and reflect your passion.